Hello everyone, today I'm going to share with you guys my quick impression of this Kbear Dumpling. Thank you so much Kbear for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts and opinions with my viewers. But rest assured guys, whatever I say in this video is my honest opinion and my own. This video has not been scripted and Kbear will watch this video at the same time as you guys are watching. Okay, so this is a budget IEM. It costs only $18 and if you guys are interested, do check out the link down in the description below. By the way, this link is not affiliated, so I'm not making a single cent from that link, right? It comes in a box like this, very simple box. At the back is the specs, so let's go through it very quickly. The impedance is 32 ohms, sensitivity is 118, and the frequency range is 20 to 20,000 hertz. This is a 6mm dynamic driver, single dynamic driver. It's got a user guide and 3 sizes of ear tips, silicone ear tips. Right, the cable itself, right, is non-detachable from the IEM. So yeah, if the cable is frayed, I'm afraid you have to buy a new one. So the termination for this cable is a 3.5 headphone jack. It's got a Y splitter which is made of metal. There is no chin slider, and on the right side of the earphone there is a microphone and of course the button to answer your phone calls and listen, play and pause your music. And this IEM is a bullet style small form factor IEM earphone, and it's a drop down style. It's not the over ear type of IEM type of style, and it's pretty easy and convenient to use. The fit for this for me, right, is a little bit too small because I have pretty large ears, so this don't really fit my ear. But in terms of comfort, it's pretty comfortable to wear because it does not press against any part of my ear. It's so small, you won't be able to press anything anyway, so it's pretty comfortable to wear. It's just that it's a bit annoying where if this cable, right, accidentally tugs onto my shirt or get stuck onto something, then it will get tugged and out from my ear and then I lose my seal. So that's a little bit annoying, and adjusting this, right, is also a bit annoying because I've got large ears and I got to angle this to the right angle so that the sound goes directly into my ear. The IEM itself is made of metal. I think it's metal, and you can see the nozzle is a pretty wide nozzle. Okay, now let's talk about the sound. I find that this tuning, right, is more tuned to general listening, casual listening. The tuning is a V-shaped tuning. The tone and timbre of this IEM is warm. It's got heavy texture and heavy note weight type of tuning. So it's not really for analytical or clinical type of listening experience. So what I foresee that people use this for is as side listen to their music as they're out and about doing their chores, jogging, running, or even at the office doing their work. This is just for casual listening, and just plug it into your ear and can listen to your music on the side. So it's actually suitable for those like pop songs, heavy metal, R&B, jazz, those type of music. Not really for classical music listeners or orchestra listeners. This one does not have that resolution and that detail retrieval to really enjoy listening to those genre of music. But for everyday listening, when you're commuting, on the bus, on the MRT, train, then this is pretty useful. And you know, it's a pretty small IEM or earphone. It's actually goes right into your bag, so pretty convenient to use. Okay, and you don't need to actually change the cable because the cable is not changeable anyway. Okay, so let me just very quickly show you the graph which I measured. Alright, so as you can see, right, and from what I hear, the sub bass is very present, mid bass is also very present, and also the lower mids is also very present. And this part here, right, you got your kick drums, your bass, your double bass, your lower bass, your snares. They're all around this area here, and they do sound present and warm with good body, good texture, good note weight as well, including the male vocals. All right, the male vocals got good presence, good authority in the mix, depending on what track you listen to. But what I hear is that the bass is really present, okay, and that alone will bleed into the mids, right? Mids like the including the piano and the violins and the trumpets, right? They sound a bit veiled and a bit recessed, all right? And you can actually hear more of the bass than the mids, okay? Female vocals do suffer a little bit. They are veiled as well by the bass, but they do have good sparkle, right? They got good sparkle on certain tracks with the good presence here. The upper mids and the gain, as which leads into the presence lah. The presence in terms of the treble, right? Which I'll come to later. Female vocals do have that sparkle, but they have that bluntness also, the dullness too, and at the same time they're also veiled by the bass. So this being combined together, female vocals will sound a little bit bright, right, and sparkly, but a bit veiled, right? So that's what I hear, right, for female vocals. Right, so let's talk about the treble. So treble, right, basically it's got good presence, okay, but it rolls off pretty early here. All right, so this part here, right, will make the treble a bit dull, right? So that's what I hear. The treble is dull, right, but at the same time it's got that sharpness there, right, which is the mid treble. It's a bit harsh on certain tracks, okay, not on all tracks, but it's a little bit harsh on some tracks, right, and a bit fatiguing to listen to after some time lah, okay. So depending on the track that you're listening to, especially if you're listening to heavy metal with the electric guitars and a lot of cymbal strikes, this might be a bit fatiguing, okay. But the treble has got a lot of air here, and the cymbal strikes and the hi-hats, they sound very extended, they last very long. So one cymbal strike, right, will go a long way, right? So you can actually hear a very good extension of whatever you can hear in the upper treble side here. So very good air, right, for the treble. Now let's talk about the soundstage. Soundstage is average for this lah. It's a pretty okay soundstage. It's not intimate, and it's also not very wide. It's not the widest also. So soundstage is wide to the sides only, not so much on the height, okay, and the depth. So depth is like, I think the layering is, I don't really hear the layering, right? So it's basically one layer. So I would say sound separation, right, is also quite muddled together lah. It's not the clearest of separation for the sound. So that leads to the detail retrieval and the resolution as well. This is not the most resolute IEM. For $18, I wouldn't expect it to be also lah. But its performance is quite reasonable and is performing above its price range. So detail retrieval and resolution, I feel that is a bit well, not so clear, right? It's not crystal clear, but it's clean and clear enough for everyday use, okay. And for certain IEMs which I have compared with a side by side, this is actually pretty good for the detail retrieval and resolution, but it's not the best, okay. Alright, so do I recommend this IEM for those of you who just want to have a casual listening to your music? You don't really care about the details and resolution, then yeah, $18, why not? But for those of you who are critical listeners, you really want to focus on your music and get immersed into your music with the details, then obviously I will not recommend this for those people, right? And just basically for casual listening lah. Alright, it is a very cheap IEM, and even if, let's say, the keyboard phrase, it's okay to buy another one. Right, so that concludes my overall impression and thoughts about this Kbear dumpling. If you enjoyed this video or even learned something from this video, please give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you get notified of my future videos. Right, so that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy your day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.